Counterpunch boxing news. Counterpunch boxing news.
Like he said.
Counterpunch boxing news.
Like he said.
Counterpunch boxing news.
Like he said.
Counterpunch boxing. Counterpunch boxing news. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte. Dillian Whyte calls Deontay Wilder the biggest con in all of boxing due to his breakdown. And here's the words from Deontay Wilder post-conference.
How much that man gonna suffer? He may be all right now, a little bit, but what about the next day? What about 2 weeks from now? What about a month from now? Maybe years from now? And we seeing what happened. Look at Cologne.
Talking about
he got hit.
Cologne.
Richard Cologne. That's Richard Cologne.
Yep.
Correct. This man ain't have no kids. Man, they don't understand, man. Y'all don't fucking understand what we go through, man. And I don't even know him like that. But I always be an advocate for us because this man would never know what it feel like to be somebody's father. And that's some of the precious thing in the world, to be somebody's father. But he'll never be nobody's father, man. This man will never have a natural childhood ability of living again because he got in the ring to support his family. But now, his family got to take care of him for the rest of his life. He probably would have been the breadwinner of his family. And now they seeking for help and shit like that.
And that is the emotional breakdown that Dillian Whyte deems a lie, a con, and a fraud upon Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Now, do I think it was staged or fake? I don't. I mean, I generally look at it, I look at true emotion. We all know Deontay Wilder is an emotional fighter, and I think I have a different spiel on it. I believe that what he was saying, what did he mean what he said? Yeah, he does, because he's mentioned it before. He's mentioned that boxers put their life on the line. He's mentioned that the head is not supposed to be hit. It's not natural to get hit in the head. That's not a normal, or should I say a natural occurrence. It's normal, but it's not natural. That makes sense, okay? Well, should I say it's common, all right? So I think his breakdown was a little bit of him winning, but then at the cost of knocking out a person that he personally knew. And he gave an example of somebody that he didn't know that's in a bad situation. Now, to counterpunch Richard Cologne. Richard Cologne was a guy that was fouled, okay? And I have to address this. He was fouled with a behind-the-head rabbit punch that he did not supposed to receive. Right after that, he went into a coma. When he came out of the coma, he was in his state that he is in to this day, okay? Kind of a vegetable-like, very slow state. People have to take care of him. He's not the same. But that was due to a foul, okay? And if we're just being honest people, those fouls, those rabbit punches, the Deontay Wilder punches, the Tyson Fury rabbit punches, the Andy Ruiz rabbit punches, and whoever else is notorious for throwing rabbit punches should fucking stop. That's my counterpunch on that, because that is the why Richard Cologne is in the condition that he is in. Now, I don't think it's fake, though, okay? So I disagree with Dillian Whyte, but I do think that fouls need to be addressed, and I think that is the issue that should have been addressed. But he is right. Richard Cologne will never be anyone's father. Richard Cologne will never live a normal life, so Deontay Wilder broke down because of it. I think I bought it. I believe the emotions was real. Now, what is steaming Dillian Whyte for saying that he is the biggest con in all of sports? Well, I believe that Dillian Whyte is lashing out the way he's lashing out because Deontay Wilder still don't want to fight him. Okay. And then he brought up, hey, who ducks their mandatory, the number one for 4 years, yada, 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 simply because he wasn't trying to fight him. He called him a peasant. He wanted Anthony Joshua, the other champion that had the other belts, not the interim champion, which Dillian Whyte was. Okay. So I think that is the reason Dillian Whyte is saying what he's saying about Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder's disrespected him. And Dillian Whyte feels like he's not respected and he's like a second-class citizen, and he's not good enough to be in the ring for or with Deontay Wilder. Okay, and I think this is the reason for that. This is the lash out, okay? This is the result of being called a peasant, of looked at as leftovers for Anthony Joshua and this, that, and the other, okay? Even though they fought other fighters together. Dominic Breazeale was a leftover, go figure. But that's how Deontay Wilder described Dillian Whyte. That's why I believe Dillian Whyte is talking up dust now, because remember a couple months ago, right after the initial knockout of Robert Helenius, he said a similar thing, okay? That he was a fraud, a con, and everything. So what makes him say that now? I think I just explained it, all right? So dealing with Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder now, I think at the same time, killing two birds with one stone, Dillian Whyte is in fact trying to muster up a fight by trash talk. How do you do that? Get up under someone's skin, make them respond. Because if you make them respond, that means you have their attention. I think Dillian Whyte's objective is to get Deontay Wilder's attention, because as of now, Deontay Wilder doesn't have an opponent, and Dillian Whyte wants to be that next opponent. And I think at this point, Luis Ortiz is too old, so you can forget the Luis Ortiz fight, right? So why not have a Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte fight? I would rather see Deontay Wilder take on Dillian Whyte than Anthony Joshua taking on Dillian Whyte for a second time. Why? It's a fresh fight, a different outcome. We've already seen the outcome of Joshua and Whyte, and we have a knockout 9th round KO result. Okay, so I think that Dillian Whyte is coming after Deontay Wilder, but will Deontay Wilder fall for the bait? That is another question. But you guys tell me what you think of Dillian Whyte calling out Deontay Wilder, calling him a fraud, calling him the biggest liar in the sports of sports. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.